without so much as a warning, life hangs in the balance. Human endeavor turns to chaos. And within seconds, nothing will ever be the same. Ever. During the next 30 minutes, you will be treated to some of the most extraordinary moments of destruction ever recorded. From a sinkhole swallowing up an entire Ukrainian neighborhood to a speedboat racer launched across the water at over 140 miles per hour. Take a deep breath, because this is Destroyed in Seconds. This is Hank Hogan, and this is what it looks like to skip across the water at over 140 miles per hour. Suwannee River, Central Florida. Amateur drag boat racers flock here in droves. At high speed, the surface area of a boat touching the water is smaller than a deck of cards. In his first run, Hank Hogan takes his $50,000 custom-built speedboat up to 136 miles per hour.
It's the excitement I get and the exhilaration I get and going out there running top speed, that's what makes my heart pound.
Now Hank's back, vying to be the first to reach 150 miles per hour.
I'm very competitive, I'm highly competitive. I don't like being second.
And he's off.
Dude, he's off.
At over 140 miles per hour, his boat flips end over end. And Hank is shot out onto the water. The boat is destroyed, but worse, Hogan is nowhere to be seen.
God! His hands up? He's up. He's all right.
When the front of the boat rises, air gathers underneath, and aerodynamic lift vaults it into the air like a wing, overturning the lightweight fiberglass boat.
And the boat went over like that in an instant. And I never had an opportunity to, back out of it or really give it much thought. And that kind of speed, the boat's not going to settle back on the water. It's going over. It's virtually too late to let out of it at that point. And it went so fast, in a split second, it was gone.
Although the boat will have to be completely rebuilt, Hank Hogan suffers nothing more than minor bruises.
I don't see how you could be pitched out of that boat and bounce across that water and come out as well as I did.
But he insists that this incident isn't going to keep him away from speedboating.
I'm gonna get back in the saddle. You can bet on that. I'm coming back. It's an obsession coupled with a sickness.
October 5th, 1991. For 18 years, the Soviet Union had been working on a supersonic jet fighter that would defy traditional avionics. The idea was to create a new generation of jets that would not only fly beyond the speed of sound, but also possess the ability to take off and land vertically. Ideal for landing aboard an aircraft carrier. The Yak-41 fighter is poised for a perfect landing, but the test pilot's about to find out just how tricky that's going to be. And as the jet fuel burns, the pilot is still trapped inside. What looks like a controlled speed is deceptive. The pilot's bringing it down too fast. The plane's fuel tanks rupture and burst into flames. Fire engulfs the wreckage, and there's no sign of the pilot. Seconds later, he ejects to safety. Less than a year later, An older version of the plane, the Yak-38, is put on display. Showing off their hovering capabilities, the two fighters sit eerily still, just a few hundred feet above the runway. In a choreographed routine, they circle each other horizontally. Then, just seconds after they return to their starting points, one of the plane's engines cuts out. An instant after the pilot realizes he's lost control, he bails, and the plane plummets. Thankfully, the pilot lands safely on the tarmac. The accident happened because the exhaust from the plane on the left is sucked into the engine of the plane on the right. This disturbance in airflow causes catastrophic engine failure. Although the Soviet-era design of both Yak fighters is revolutionary, it will take years for pilots to master their complexity. Salt Lake City, Utah. A pickup truck has flipped over after running over a patch of ice. State troopers are on the scene, and the driver is inside the truck searching for his papers. Then, something catches the attention of the troopers. The driver is oblivious of what's about to hit him. As officers flee, a van towing a trailer has just run through the same patch of ice. The van loses traction, sending it out of control. Fortunately, no one was injured from these accidents, and the driver of the truck finally found his registration. A gigantic sinkhole swallows a 9-story apartment building in this city in central Ukraine. In the course of a single day, 144 apartments crumble into this ever-expanding ravine. Local authorities evacuate more than 3,000 people. Trees are torn away like twigs. The ground itself flows like lava. A kindergarten classroom disappears into the growing abyss. Fortunately, the destruction takes place long before class was to be in session. For weeks, the city has been assaulted by heavy rains, causing flooding and massive mudslides. The soil here is loose and completely saturated. And to make matters worse, the building complex was constructed atop an underground river. Today's devastation was unfortunately inevitable. Earlier this morning, tenants felt their building shaking. Thankfully, the apartments were empty by the time the worst of the damage occurred.
Пока еще просто, не осознаю, наверное, всего этого.
3,200 people are left homeless, and one person is killed. By the end of the day, the size of the sinkhole is over 16,000 square feet. Within 4 days, the crater left behind is 8 times bigger. On the bucolic Pontiac Lake in Michigan, a cameraman is making a fishing video. As the fisherman waits for a bite, something else catches his eye.
Tape that, man. Tape it. Tape it. The guy's going down, man. Oh. Did you get that?
Yes. An airplane descends rapidly toward the lake. While its engine sputters, the pilot of the four-person aircraft struggles to maintain altitude. 50 yards from the shore, the airplane slams into the water.
We gotta go check it out. We gotta go see if the guy's okay.
Fortunately, the plane rests in just 4 feet of water. But as the men approach the aircraft, a new danger surfaces.
We got fuel all over the place, man. Is that guy knocked out?
I don't know, but he's not looking too right.
Hey, dude, you got a life jacket? Yeah.
You need a life jacket?
Despite the danger, bystanders wade into the water to rescue the 3 injured men.
My back. Are you okay?
2 of the passengers are cleared from the wreckage, but the pilot remains trapped.
Are you pinned in there? Why don't you just wait right there then if you're okay until ambulance and everything's gone. Why don't you just sit and change?
Finally, a paramedic arrives. Not knowing the extent of his injuries, he stabilizes the pilot. Then he carefully brings him to shore. It turns out that a clogged valve caused a blockage of fuel to the engine, ultimately leading to the crash. Although the men aboard suffered serious injuries, they did make a full recovery. As for the aircraft, it was deemed a $70,000 total loss.